Here we are.
Hello. Hello, and welcome to the Dar and Andy show.
Hello. What's going on? We're here.
Yes, and I'm Dar.
And I'm Andy.
We're glad you joined us.
Happy to have you here. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
Good to be here. What? We're dealing with equipment issues, minor.
Last week was the first week that we went the whole episode and didn't have any technical difficulties.
Right.
So once the show started, so we're hoping to duplicate that this week.
Yes, we are.
So if we can make that happen, we're on a roll.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll switch over to you here pretty soon. So it should switch over to you pretty soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So what do we want to? What do you want to do first? Do you want to just go through the?
Well, we were just going to talk a little bit about completing our second month of keto maintenance.
Yes.
So we reached goal weight, and we said we're going to do 90 days of
no changes.
We just maintenance, just maintain the weight. And so about a month before we reached that goal, we set out our plan.
Right.
For keto maintenance to maintain the weight. That was the goal, is to maintain the goal weight with very little deviation.
Right.
And so we set
ourselves a span.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 90 days, that's what we said.
Yeah.
We're going to just work on maintaining the weight because we had never done that before.
Right.
So today I think we were just going to kind of run down the list of what we set out to our guidelines.
Okay.
And then see how it's working for us.
There were a few.
There was about a dozen.
Is there a dozen?
There was about a dozen.
I thought there was like 5.
No.
That's why I thought we're going to go into detail about each of these, and maybe we'll. No. There's okay.
Because there's about a dozen, and some of them are real simple, but probably the most detailed or intricate part of it was maintaining the intermittent fasting.
Right.
Over the course of the 90 days.
Yeah.
And I'd say we've been very good as far as the weekdays go.
Yes.
On weekdays, it's very easy for us to follow because we're in a routine.
Yeah.
And then when the weekend comes,
and we eat at home largely.
And we eat at home mostly.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do that during the week. But on the weekends, it's like sometimes you want a brunch.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to have a little breakfast and then
brunch happens. Is that a T-shirt that I see in our future? Right? Andy and Dar show. Brunch happens.
Every once in a while, brunch happens.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have dinner.
Right.
So
it's just it's just a picture of you like sideways, like with your head on the ground with a champagne glass in front of you. It's brunch. I'm in it.
That's mostly why you want to have brunch,
right.
Because you want to have your champagne in the morning.
Yeah. So
that's what brunch is all about.
It's dignified day drinking is what it is. It's just a sophisticated way of getting your day drink on.
Right.
And
I you always make fun of me because I can't have orange juice and mimosas, but wherever we go, if they have a mimosa special, I will order the mimosa special, but without the orange juice.
Without the orange juice. And they all look at you like, lady.
Well, because they think that it's a way for you to get extra champagne.
Right.
But really, it's a way for me not to drink the orange juice.
And extra champagne's an iceberg.
Sometimes they fill it with champagne. Sometimes they only fill it to where they would fill it.
Yes.
If they added orange juice. So it doesn't make any difference to me either way. I just can't drink the orange juice.
We put the herd on the brunch over there in San Antonio at the. What was it at the
La Mansión?
La Mansión.
They have they have unlimited with their brunch, or they used to have unlimited mimosas.
Right.
And we would go and sit there and eat for like 3 hours.
Yes.
We would have like a whole session, and then we'd hang out and have champagne, and then like have a whole other eating session and more champagne, and they were always so great.
We wonder why we went on that diet.
Well, yeah, the keto diet does rock, and intermittent fasting rocks. And our brother-in-law went on intermittent fasting. He's been doing it for, I guess, 4 weeks now, and he's really digging it. I mean, I think he is.
Yes.
He didn't say he was really digging it, but he's staying on it, so I'm assuming that it is working for him. And he did comment because he's going to have to be traveling for work for a couple weeks. And his comment was, I don't know how I'm going to do this while I'm out of town.
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's always the hardest thing is travel. When you're traveling and you're out of your routine and away from home.
It's pretty hard.
It is very difficult.
Doing it on vacation is really hard.
Yes.
Doing it when you're traveling is really hard, especially if you're like somebody who likes to snack while they travel. Right?
Yeah,
so.
like me.
But okay, so did you have these 12, 13?
Yeah, well, intermittent fasting was one.
Okay.
And like some other guidelines we have is that like for carbs, we can only eat carbs as a side dish.
Right.
So we can't go out and like have a big old bowl of pasta, right?
As a main dish.
As a main dish. So what you'd have is you'd have like your chicken gorgonzola with a side of pasta.
Right.
So the idea is to keep the carbs that's why pizza is so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so carby.
Yes.
And it's like it's hard if you get pizza to like loaded up with protein,
mm-hmm.
right? For the protein to outweigh the carbs.
The problem with us is that if we go and get pizza, mm-hmm. right? We go and we get pizza. The issue with us is that it's just two of us. Mm-hmm. So it's not like there's four of us and we can order one pizza and everybody just gets a taste.
Yeah.
If we order like a small pizza, that's like...
It's going to fill us up.
It's going to fill us up even if we split
for that meal.
For that meal. So there goes the idea of having it as a side because you're screwed. Because then all of a sudden you don't have any variety.
Well, that's why we should only be having pizza when we can make it at home and make it low carb. But anyway, that's one of our guidelines is like just have your carbs as a side dish,
right? And
not as a main dish. Another one of our one of my rules is no beer.
Right.
Stay away from the beer.
No beer.
And I blew through that at the Hilton last weekend.
You had two.
I probably had 3 or 4.
Okay.
I probably had 3 or 4 of those Coors Lights.
Yeah.
And because Coors Light is like my favorite beer, and they were just slinging these ice cold Coors Lights over the thing, and I was about 3 margaritas in, and
you wouldn't even ask for one; they just throw it at you.
I was like, okay, I need to downgrade these margaritas to something
that's not going
to
lay you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to give in to the beer. So.
But okay, so I have a question for you. You didn't write down the 12 items.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. What else do you want to know?
Well, I thought we would run them down as a list.
Okay.
People like lists.
Okay. So no carbs for sides, no sugar, no beer. So sugar, no desserts.
Right.
Unless they're keto friendly.
And this is supposed to hold true regardless of what day it is.
Right.
Right.
Oh
okay.
yeah, these are just the other ones. So like I can't go to 7-Eleven and get an ice cream.
Right.
Like I used to, and then all of a sudden I was getting 2 ice creams and blah blah.
Okay. But we screwed the pooch on that one over there at the Hilton as well, right?
Because they had lemon cannolis.
They had lemon cannolis and they had fantastic cookies at their coffee shop.
So we went completely off the rails for about 24 hours.
Right.
But okay, so no beer, weigh in daily. That's one that we do regularly. And
yep.
I'll weigh more than 1 time a day.
Except we didn't do it while we were at the Hilton.
No, but we were only there one night.
Oh yeah, we were there one night.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I weighed before we left, and I weighed when we came back.
Yes.
So and then ensuring that my daily protein, carb, and fat intake. So
it's according to your macros.
Those percentages that I'm watching, and I do that through tracking. And then for me, I have to exercise. I exercise almost every day.
Right.
You don't have to exercise.
I do not.
But I just notice in tracking my weight that when I exercise, it helps me on my maintenance.
Yes.
I did go about 2 weeks where I didn't exercise. I don't remember what happened. I think I just finished a challenge, one of my challenges, and I was waiting to start at the swim club. So there was about a 2-week.
Yeah, there was about a 2-week window there before you started back at the swim club where you weren't.
Yeah, I wasn't exercising regularly, but now it's my goal, exercise every day. And let's see, glucose tracking, and so we have the little pricks where we can check our glucose in the morning.
I don't have a little prick.
No. I thought we were running down my list,
yeah. Okay.
Not addressing your own personal ego.
So we have a glucometer.
Yes.
Yes.
So we monitor our glucose, particularly when we've done things like this last weekend and gone off the rails.
Yes.
It's like, how is that affecting glucose levels? Because I'm constantly concerned with high glycemic index foods and how that's affecting my
insulin levels. Yeah.
My glucose levels. So those are the things that we're doing.
Okay.
So do you want to speak to any of those as far as like what do you find are your main indicators? What do you feel like, is something that is the most important out of the list that helps you?
For me, there's two main things. Intermittent fasting and weighing myself every day. Those are the two most important ones. I feel like if I stick to those two things, I will succeed. But it's as soon as I stop intermittent fasting, i.e. the weekend, and I saw the trend, right? So I would, we started maintenance, and then, started maintenance, and stayed steady, even lost weight during the week, would drop typically 2 or 3 pounds during the week, and then gain them all back on the weekend.
Yeah.
Then lose 2 or 3 pounds on the week, and then get them back all on the weekend, and just do that over and over and over again. And it's the same trend, except that the Hilton I came back I came back like 179 pounds. So that's 9 pounds against the bottom of my goal weight right now. So 170, and I want to stay like at 175 until we reset a goal.
Yeah.
Again, but I gained a lot of weight on the trip because I was at 174, so I gained 5 pounds in those 2 days.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I ate a lot.
Yeah. You did, and you didn't exercise.
All right, no, I did not.
But see, that's where exercise, I think, for you would come in handy.
Yeah.
But yeah, because my weight did not fluctuate that much.
Yeah.
And that's what I find the exercise does for me is it helps me maintain.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I ate a lot while I was there.
Well, yeah, we did.
Food was really good.
Dinner, and then we had room service, and then we had breakfast.
Yeah.
And we're not used to that. But that's the idea of maintenance, is to stay within a certain range, and you have been staying within your target range.
So the Hilton was really good.
Yeah.
We didn't care for the Asian restaurant.
No, the Asiana.
No.
It wasn't that great.
No.
But the Hilton is just it's an all-inclusive down the street. It's an adult-only all-inclusive, and so we decided to take a weekend and get away from the baby gangs that we have here. So we went down to the Hilton to check it out, and it was like I said, all-inclusive. We got like the cheapest room was like $250, and it's supposed to be all-inclusive. Yeah. And then you get there, and they start like
nickel and diming you.
Nickel and diming you.
Yeah.
As my dad would say, nickel and diming you. Like if you wanted a bed by the pool, $50.
$50.
Another $50. Oh, and if you wanted like a premium bed by the pool, it was $100 and something. $100 and
then that's all they had were beds by the pool. They're few and far between just available spots where you can just go and show up. Included for the price of your stay.
Right.
And then they hit you up for upsells constantly.
Yeah. It's constant. It's constant. So like they had a special night that was a barbecue night, and they did a big spread of barbecue, and that was great. But then they try to hit you up, and it's like, oh, we got a $50 tomahawk steak you can get, and it's like, well, no.
I think I'll just have the stuff that's included.
Yeah,
it was $250 to stay here. It wasn't free.
Exactly. But since we've learned about the come early, stay late.
Yeah.
Deal with the all inclusive.
They're losing money on us, baby. They're losing money on us, baby.
So we did get the least expensive room. So we ended up taking like beds like in the weeds, like back in the nosebleed section, because we were just hanging out at the swim up bar anyway.
Yeah.
So what difference is it to us?
Yeah, we weren't. I had a lot of fun.
It was a good time.
It was a good getaway, and they had a Queen tribute band.
Yes.
Which was terrible, and that was just right. But God,
so Friday night,
those kids were so earnest.
Yeah.
It just wasn't awesome.
I know. Well, it's not to your, standard.
I love Queen.
I know.
I loved that movie. I mean, remember that stage show that we saw in London?
Yes.
What was it called? We Will Rock You.
Yes.
That was great.
I don't even know if anybody's still doing that, but it was excellent. And I think you were kind of expecting something to that level, but really it was just like a local entertainment troupe but they were actually singing. They weren't lip syncing. They were singing,
karaokeing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was enjoying it, but you eventually were like,
I'm done.
Yeah. I'm like, no sweat off my back. We're going back to the room.
I'm a horrible person.
You're not a horrible person. You're a horrible person.
Shit.
You weren't enjoying it and it didn't matter, so we split.
Yeah.
But we were out there to check it out, and that's what's important.
Yeah, we showed up, and they served us premium drinks, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the whole trip. So
yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
They didn't try to charge us extra for that.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got another month on our keto maintenance plan. So right after we come back from your birthday trip, that's when new decisions, new goals. New decisions, new goals, all that. The new cruelty is going to happen at that point.
It's like I almost just want to go ahead and set it and go, but we made a commitment to do maintenance for 3 months, and that is what we shall do.
Because losing weight is
we know how to do that.
We beat that.
Yeah.
We can do that. It's like, but the idea is once you get to that goal weight, you've got to maintain that for years to come. Mm-hmm. So I know you get antsy, but it's like a 90-day plan to just do maintenance. It's not that.
Yeah. And
it's not that long.
It's not that long. It's not that long. And it feels good to be able to oscillate, around a weight without it being the end of the world, So I do appreciate the ability to do that, right? So I'm thinking, it's going to be, I think that by the end of the week, I'll probably be back down to like 175.
Yeah. And that's all you can hope for maintenance, because you're not going to stay the exact weight from day to day.
Right.
You're always going to be gaining and losing. The hilarious thing to me is that I'm always within, like, when I lose, I'm always a pound above that goal weight. Like,
right.
I never fluctuate below the goal weight.
Yeah.
It's always within 1 to 5 pounds above the goal weight. And I'm just like,
You can't start changing the definition of things,
No, you can't.
It's it's because you make yourself crazy.
You will make yourself crazy.
Right.
So that's where we are. Yeah, you can't move the goalposts. And that's, what you learn in goal setting.
Yeah.
It's like you can't start changing that goal line.
Yeah, scope creep.
Yeah. And my swim coach tried to do that to me the other day because I swam my 50 meters faster than he thought I was going to. So he's trying to shorten my rest time. And I was like, oh no.
No. No shit, bird. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told him. I was like, nope. I was like, you can change it next time we do these drills, but not this time.
This time it's dunzos.
He was laughing. So, because I busted him, I was like, nope, not having it.
Busted him.
I busted him. Like, can't do that. So, I think that probably.
Well, my parents are watching.
Oh, hi, Millers.
So
hi, Bob and Yumila.
We gotta stop cussing.
Yes. You gotta check him. Hi, Bob and Yumila. Thank you for joining us. Mm-hmm. So I think people want to know about my purse snatching incident.
Yes. That
happened.
Yeah, that happened. What a way for my mom to find out. Hi, Mom.
Oh, no. Everybody's okay. Yeah. Everybody's okay. So we posted it on Facebook because we wanted to remind particularly the locals that it's like, hey, you need to keep your belongings on your person at all times.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to explain what happened to us so that people will have a takeaway, right?
Yeah.
A good takeaway. And also not to worry about us so much, because I got messages like, oh my God, are you okay? You must have been terrified.
Yeah.
But no, what happened with us is that we went out to our trivia night, our weekly trivia night, and we were riding our bicycles home, and we stayed later that night than usual.
Right. We're celebrating our victory.
Because we won 3 weeks in a row
3 weeks in a row.
And
I consider that a domination. Could I just talk about that for a while?
Yes, let's do.
We have been
dominating,
killing the field, just laying waste to it. And I just wanted to acknowledge what an excellent team we have, and I'm proud that we're able to succeed.
Yes.
In such a decidedly dominant manner.
Yes.
So.
And we even did it last week without our ace in the hole for pop culture.
Yes, our 13-year-old ace in the hole,
yes.
Cardi B expert, was in absentia.
Yeah.
So what did we do? We just had to summon our inner children,
which is like right here.
Yes. Summon our inner children, rally, get our heads out of our asses, and just.
We did it.
Yes, and we did it. My dad said cussing's okay, so.
Okay.
You said shit, fuck, whatever you want. So.
Tell him to type some curse words in there.
No, I didn't tell him to type some curse words in there. All right, so we were heading back. We stayed later than we should have.
We stayed later because we met some people and we got to chatting, and so we were there an extra hour later than we normally come home. So it was about 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I always feel like when you're out at night, you're always more at risk,
yes.
right? And so we were coming home on our bikes. I had an over-the-shoulder bag because before people start typing in all of the things I did wrong, I had an over-the-shoulder bag, but when we left, I threw it in my basket. I get on my bike, and I'm thinking it's safe in my basket because my eyes are on it. I'm on the move. I'm moving. I'm now a moving target, which that's not easy pickings,
right.
And so we're pedaling along 10th, which is like one of the big boulevards here.
Right, 10th Avenue, yeah.
And we're in the bike lane, and the next thing I know, I'm wondering why this guy on a Vespa is so close to me. I'm thinking, is he going to turn in front of me? Like, what is happening?
Which in and of itself is not strange.
No, it's not, because the roads can get really packed. And so I really was just thinking, what is this guy's move? I was thinking he's going to turn in front of me or something.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to figure out what his next move was. So I'm up on my bike. And with this like precision that you could just tell he'd been like practicing it,
right.
or he's done it a million times. His hand just comes off his Vespa, goes deep into my my basket and hits that bag hard and pulls it straight up, and then just zooms off with the bag like up in the air like that. Like he didn't even bother to like tuck it. He didn't take a minute to do anything. He
right.
just zoomed off.
He's got a maneuver.
Yes. So he zoomed up from behind me, and I'm like, I should have had a rear view mirror on my bike so I could see people approaching me from behind, because that is something that I never considered. Is somebody in something moving faster than I am to approach me from behind. Guy sticks his hand in, boom, and then zooms off.
Right.
And we're on bicycles, and we just stopped our bikes, and we just kind of looked at each other, and we were like,
well, shit, that happened.
Yeah. And then you were like, do you want me to go catch him and kick his ass?
I was like, he's on a motorcycle. I'm not going to be able to catch him.
But it was nice of you to offer.
Well, I don't think, what's his name, could have caught him. Was the guy with the one ball?
Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong.
No. No, because he was long gone.
Yeah.
He was a half a mile ahead of us by the time we even got off our bikes.
Yeah, I realized what happened. Yeah.
Because he waited until the whole line of traffic had passed me and was like long gone. So the streets were like dead.
Yeah.
Because that's how he knew that he'd have plenty of getaway room. Because once you just get a few blocks ahead, you can turn and then you will never be seen again.
Right.
And there's a million Vespas in this city.
Yeah.
So there's, you're never going to find the guy.
No.
So that's what happened. And what I tell people is that, I should have had my belongings on me. I just set myself up as low-hanging fruit. And I feel like I can't even be mad about that. It's definitely a mistake I won't make again.
Yeah, should have been body worn, right? I guess.
I should have had it on my body because, like I said, I'm pretty sure he's hanging out on the Vespa on a side street just watching all of the people going by. and then saw me as a target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because once I posted it on Facebook in the Friendly Expat group, or you posted
Yes.
it, all these stories started coming out.
The same maneuver.
Vespa.
The same maneuver.
Guy on a Vespa. This one guy posted that his wife, him and his wife were walking down the street, and she had a clutch purse, and the guy just drove by and snatched it right out of her hand.
Yeah.
But that's what the deal is. I mean, they're not gonna like knock you over and purse snatch, like,
or mug you.
Yeah.
Right. They're not gonna mug you. They're just gonna purse snatch.
Yeah. They're just looking for easy targets.
Yeah.
And that's what I made myself that day, was an easy target.
Yeah.
The creepiest part of it was.
So he got your phone.
Yeah.
He got the bag, which was a nice bag.
Yeah.
And he got.
It wasn't flashy or anything.
It wasn't flashy.
Though. It wasn't like a luxury brand. It wasn't flashy. There was nothing to draw attention to the bag.
No. It was a camera bag.
It was a camera bag, so it was a nice bag. But that's another one of the things is I also know, like, don't carry all of my valuables together.
Right.
So I didn't have my wallet with me or my credit cards because I was with you. Mm-hmm. So it's like you carry a credit card. So all I had in there was my phone, my charger, my sunglasses, my readers. And that's it. Like hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer. Your little strawberry coin purse with 30 pesos in it.
Yeah, that little strawberry beaded coin purse was a gift. So that's the most sentimental part of it. And I've had that thing like 20 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mel gave that to me.
No.
Yeah, like 20 years ago. And I had like 30, 50 pesos and change in there. And that's all the money I had in there. No credit cards. It was mostly just my phone. And it was an old hand-me-down phone.
7-year-old phone.
It was my mom's before she gave it to me. Yeah. So it was like not a new piece of technology. But still, it's a hassle.
It's a hassle.
And so then what happened when we got back to the house?
Then we started getting messages.
You started getting messages.
On WhatsApp messages saying hello or saying hola, hola, hola on all these WhatsApp messages. And they said that they were coming from your phone. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, crap. Well, now this person is in your phone. I'm thinking this person's in your phone.
Yeah.
So we lock your phone. Try to lock your phone. We lock your phone. Right? And then I say, well, the person can't get into the phone because the phone's locked.
Yeah.
But he's in WhatsApp.
He hacked my WhatsApp, or they hacked my WhatsApp.
And you're like, oh, well, and you looked it up, and sure enough, there's lots of ways to hack into people's WhatsApp account if you have their phone. And
the WhatsApp account was connected to my Mexican phone number.
Correct.
Which is not connected to any other part of my life.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to go into all the details about what we did to protect ourselves against this intrusion, because I don't want to give the bad guys any more information than they need to have. But we basically shut everything down within the next 24 hours. And I got a new phone on order the next day. Yeah. And I think it arrived today. We got a package, but it arrived like right before we started the live stream. So I don't know if that's it.
My dad said always lock your phone with a good password.
Yes, and that's also what they tried to do. Was when I got my backup phone up and running, they started sending me messages trying to get me to give them
making them look at like it was Apple or something. Well, we don't want to get into the details.
They sent messages from Apple saying you need to enter your 6-digit passcode with your personal details because your identification has connected to the internet, like all this weird stuff. Yeah. And it's like they couldn't make a proper sentence. And so you already know it's not coming from Apple. And if you look at the URL, it's like in Spain somewhere.
Right.
So we didn't fall for any of their BS, and we just went about our business, like getting everything squared away. Mm-hmm. At one point, they messaged you and said...
Same thing.
No, they said, I found this phone in a taxi.
Oh, it's like, oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I found this phone in a taxi, and I want to return it to you. And I was like, okay, so the guy on the Vespa got off the Vespa, got in a taxi, left the phone there, and now a good Samaritan is trying to contact us. Mm-hmm. And so we talked about it, and we were like, hey, no matter what that phone is worth,
it's gone.
It's not worth escalating this
Yeah.
potential for attack. You
Right.
know, it's like they've done as much damage as they're gonna do.
Then I started thinking, like, well, maybe I can like lay a trap for this guy, so and then he can get popped by the cops. I'm like, oh wait, hold on, let me change that statement.
Well, the funny thing was, I was like, well, maybe we can tell him to like leave it off at the cop station that's like around the corner. And then we looked at each other and we kind of started laughing. We're like, nah, that's not gonna work.
It's like, I'll meet you inside the cop station.
So anyway, what I've been telling people is that nobody touched me. I wasn't like brutalized in any way or harmed or assaulted or anything, but
You weren't even all that scared.
I wasn't even scared, but
Yeah.
I was just kind of like wowed. I was like amazed at the precision with which this guy did this. But and here's another a story that came up on the Facebook, was that there was a group, 3 couples were walking down the street, and a Vespa passed by them in like a half a block ahead, stopped, and the guy got off his Vespa and he's like tinkering with it, like he's fixing something. And the group, meanders past him. And then once past him, he gets back on the Vespa, starts it up, and then he had, I guess at that point, selected the victim and rode the Vespa by one of the couples and snatched the woman's purse off the street.
Mm-hmm.
So he just used that time as they passed by to find his victim.
Right, find his victim.
So it's like, don't make yourself a victim, which is what I always say, and then I fell victim.
So, and the way I carry my bag is I have a bungee net on the front of my bike on a rack, and it holds stuff pretty tight down there, and it's kind of low profile and hard to see. So I mean,
well, that's the thing, is it's you want to make it not easy to access.
Not easy to access.
Because they'll just let you by, and they'll just look for somebody like I was that night that's easy, an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a really big, deep, kind of open basket. And,
right.
And one of the comments was, you can use a scarf, like a big scarf, to tie it closed.
Right.
So like you cover the basket and tie the scarf closed so nobody has access to that.
Yeah, yeah.
But generally, I just need to wear my over-the-shoulder bag or crossbody bag.
Right.
Crossbody.
Yeah, that's a whole other level of, crime. For somebody to get at that.
Yeah. Then that's a mugging if somebody has like a weapon or something like that.
Right.
So that's what happened to me.
Sucks.
I was a victim of a purse snatcher.
Purse snatcher. Purse
It was a crossbody camera bag snatcher. Yeah. But what are you going to do? I mean, it's going to happen. Yeah. I mean, that's why I have the rules and regs that I live by, and that's why I didn't have my wallet in that bag at the same time as my phone. So you're going to be a victim at some point, so you just try to minimize the risk.
So we'll take a cab next time.
Yeah,
we're taking a cab tomorrow.
Yeah, what we determined is that one of the risk, reducers that we'll engage in is, if we're going to be
riding our bike. It's also safer just on your body, right? Than to be out riding on 10th Avenue. And odds are nothing's going to happen, but it's like, what if, some drunk kid is out there and, I mean,
yeah,
they're driving a car and, they don't see you, even though I just put a light on my bike. But
well, that's the risk of being out after dark, right? Mm-hmm. There's more potentials for all types of hazards.
Right.
So when we go to trivia night, we'll just take a taxi for this. Yeah. So then I was telling my swim group last Sunday morning about, they're all like, what happened? Because they saw it on Facebook. And then one of the girls was like, oh, when she visited Peru, I need to tell my sister this. When she was in Peru, she was like, if you're in a taxi, when you get in, you have to ensure that you lock your back doors, and you always keep your bag in your lap, in your person. Because the thing they do in Peru is when the taxi stops at a red light, they'll come to the door, open the door, grab your bag, and take off.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're not safe in taxis. Well, in here, most of the taxis lock the doors automatically.
Right, they lock the doors, yeah. Yeah, so. You want to give the crooks here any new ideas. Like, hey, this is a new racket.
I said, but I was like, I'm surprised that isn't here yet.
Right.
And then that's when they said, oh, the taxis usually auto lock
the doors. Okay.
And that's probably why.
Jeez.
But she's like, you don't ride with the windows down or anything. So
you don't hang the expensive watch out the window.
No.
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 No. As Christopher Walken would say. So.
What else is on the list?
Well, the bummer about getting my phone stolen was I had just paired it with my new Apple Watch.
Yes.
And I was just starting to use my system.
Right.
So now I just have only Apple Watch.
On your right hand.
Yes.
On your right wrist.
Yes. And I think it can be on my right wrist, and that's okay.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it doesn't.
All they care is that you buy it.
I know. But you were like, I can't believe you wear that on your right wrist. You're supposed to wear it on your left wrist.
No, I said most. I never said you're supposed to anything. I said most people wear their watch on their left wrist. Or mostly just lefties wear their watches on their right wrist. And I'm a lefty and I wear mine on my left wrist.
Well, I'm a righty.
Yes, you are.
And I wear mine on my right wrist.
Yes. So a lot of people do. That's fine.
Yeah.
And you got
I'm going to look it up.
What?
Like what the rules are. You're like most.
It won't interfere with your writing.
Who writes?
Well, that's true. That's true. I have a special quill in which I practice calligraphy. I write a manuscript with it.
But that's why I don't have long fingernails, because it does interfere with my typing, and I hate that.
So yeah, well.
So anyway, I can't wait to get my new Apple phone in coral color to draw attention. No,
right.
Not supposed to draw attention. But I can't wait to pair it, and I got to use my Apple Watch with my first open water swim last Sunday.
And you get to see if it tracked you properly and all that good stuff.
Yes. Well, when I get to pair it with my phone, I'll get to download it and see my route and everything.
Okay.
So that's so exciting.
Very exciting.
I know. So that's what's been up with us. We did a quick trip to the Hilton.
Went to the Hilton. It was great. Great food.
Yes.
Great service.
Yes.
I mean, spectacular.
The people are wonderful there.
Yeah. And clean, good protocols.
Excellent protocols.
Excellent protocols.
Yes.
It was overall a fantastic experience.
Yeah. It was good, and it was a nice getaway for us. Because, coming off that week where we had the purse snatcher, and you had a pretty intense week at work.
Yeah.
And it was a nice getaway.
It was.
For, a little 24 hours or 36 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice that we're close by. So we literally walked home at the end of our stay.
Right. We'll just we'll leave here and go to our beach hotel to the beach condo.
We left there and we walked to the Sonora Grill where we have the new wine club.
Our wine club.
And then we had our bottle of wine.
Yep.
And then we came home and then we still had all day Sunday to just relax before this week started.
They're not making any money on us on that wine club.
No. They actually upgraded the last bottle. They served us all the wine that they had along this.
The other expensive wine that they were, I guess, trying to get rid of, which was fantastic, and it was $50 a bottle on their menu. And then all of a sudden, now they upgraded us to it was 50, the one was 50. This one was $80 on their menu.
I know, that's the one that we had on the way back. $80 on the menu. It was excellent, and I don't know how they're doing it.
I don't know how they're doing it. I guess it's just stuff that isn't moving, or But I mean, they have really great.
Just think what the markup is of that stuff.
Oh
that they can serve it to you.
But they have good wine stewardship there, so it's like it's in excellent condition. It's not like they're giving us something that's been sitting on a shelf next to the fryer.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. It's like you keep waiting for the $2 check to come out, but the wine's getting better. So we've been enjoying that. But yeah, we literally left the Hilton, went by, got our bottle of wine, a little snack, and then came home. And that was easy peasy. I love that.
Yeah. It was great because, I mean, this week work is going to be heavy too. So it was nice to be able to decompress.
Yeah. And you gotta power up to go kick some ass at trivia tomorrow night.
Oh, man.
hopefully Ella will be there, and she can take some of the pressure off.
Yes. I was just waiting for them to, have one of those teeny bopper questions, and now we would have been adrift. So it was good.
It was still a good time, and we
Mhm.
met some nice people, and
Yeah.
it was we got to see our friends, which is always nice.
Yeah.
So
It was a
mm,
it was a week.
yeah,
It was a week.
yeah, it was a heck of a week.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff, one little bad thing, and then
Living la vida loca, my dad says.
right.
I don't know about that. It's not that loca.
It can be a little loca.
Yeah.
So and then what's coming up? We're planning another trip to Cancun. Uh-oh. That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Power outage. Shit. Well,
It's exactly how we felt when my first got snatched. It's like, okay, well.
is it? Yeah, the air conditioner went off, so it's not just this circuit.
Do you think? Can you tell if it's everywhere?
I can't. I think it is. Well, it sucks because
Wait, is that still going?
yeah, that has battery, but I don't think it's transmitting. Well, I guess we'll stop the. Does it say we're still streaming now?